All right.
There we go. I can see Rob now.
All right.
Yeah,
What
we're
are you
good.
drinking, Rob? That looks good.
It's Coke Starlight.
The menthol? Like Coke?
I thought it
The menthol
tasted like
Coke?
raspberries.
Is
a
it
little bit.
menthol?
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
think
it
it's got like a
is.
raspberry
I heard it's
taste.
supposed to have like a cooling property when you drink it like menthol, and I'm not even kidding. Like
It,
someone
I
said that.
I kind of got like mine was like fresh out of one of those like grocery store fridges, so it could have just been
Okay.
residual from that. But I did kind of
Yeah.
feel like it felt a little cooler, but it was mostly just
I
this
wish
is
I could
Coke
eat dinner
raspberry.
right now.
Just go
Just
ahead,
do
take
it.
some
No
bites.
shame.
No, I feel bad. Like we're on camera now. It
Just-
feels unprofessional.
I don't care. Do
Yeah,
we
I don't,
care?
I don't give a shit. Yeah, just dip down out of frame.
Yeah, the classic like smut on your face. Or
Rob's like,
whatever.
okay, just lifts up an entire head of like cabbage and starts biting out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Just
welcome to the Buttery Mails podcast. I'm one of your
like
hosts.
a rotisserie chicken like rises up, and then I just like burying my mouth into it.
I'm one of your hosts, Jacob Boyer, seated, I guess, to my right. I don't know how it looks for them, but is Jacob Demansky. Jake, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on the show. Thank you so much for having me. And another guest on our show. No, he's another host like myself. Is Rob Morrissey. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing all right. I actually kind of like the idea of us just being guests on the show,
Yeah.
so at the end, none of this can come back on us.
Yeah, exactly. None of us can be held accountable for. Our
Like, we weren't in charge or anything.
No.
Like,
There was no
someone
captain
else.
of this ship. It was just going.
Yeah.
We hopped on. I don't know if we
inventing
need
like a
this.
shadow government to lay our fucking sins upon.
I think everyone does need one of those around, so we can
Yeah.
sin all day. No, but maybe a parody disclaimer up top. Not that I have anything planned, but I just figured we should start doing that.
Yeah.
Parody. All of this is
All of this is.
This is parody.
It's a big goof.
It's all
of it.
fake. It's
Yeah.
all
of it's
fucking fake.
We don't
None
want
of
to get
it's
in
real.
trouble. We don't want to get in trouble for stuff.
But I'll tell you something that is real that nobody is getting in trouble for. Will
boy,
Smith
here we go.
smacking the shit out of Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Dude,
Yes.
it's so crazy.
It's fucking wild. Like, so many people don't know that Will Smith is like a secret Scientologist, and
Is he?
so I just think he's already such a weird guy. And then when I see this thing happen, like I wake up to it this morning. I didn't watch it last night, but
Neither did I.
it seemed like a Tim and Eric skit, like that just didn't seem real. And man, just like fucking wacky. I mean, I don't have much to go off of if you want to continue.
Yeah,
but...
no, I didn't see it live. Like, my mom called me after it happened and was like, "Why did it go mute? Like, how does live
crying.
it went,
TV
mute?
work?" Like,
It went
yeah.
mute?
Yeah, they muted it
Whoa.
because Chris Rock says Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me and
Yeah.
shit. And then Will Smith said twice or screamed twice, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth."
Out
so
your fucking mouth.
yeah, so they muted.
Yeah, I guess Chris
it,
Rock
like-
did a joke about his wife.
Yeah.
I can't remember the
So,
context
yeah,
of this, but
this was
yeah.
the full thing. So Jada Pinkett Smith suffers from alopecia, which I
Mhm.
don't know exactly what that is or what, but hair
It
loss
just makes you
is-
lose your hair in patches.
Okay, so
So,
she, I guess, to
yeah.
combat that, just full on shaved her head. Which
Yep, most
okay.
people with alopecia do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chris Rock made a joke. He said he was like Jada, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, and like clapped it. That was the
oh,
joke. Yeah, that was the joke. And then Will Smith, like after he makes that joke, it cuts to the two of them, and Will Smith is like like laughing.
Yeah,
clapping
he's
his
laughing.
hands. He's enjoying it, and Jada is just like Mad Dog and Chris, like rolling his eyes.
Will,
rolling
do
her eyes.
something.
Yeah, like, and then
maybe that's why he slapped him, because he needed to make up for laughing
Yeah.
at his wife's fucking
Yeah.
alopecia.
Their
He's like, I'm in
relationship-
real trouble right now.
well, that's
Their
why,
relationship has
like,
been rough, like
Yeah.
the past however long too. So he was like overcompensating, maybe.
Exact. Well, I think like that's what most people's take on it was, but my take on it is like there's so much like fakeness in Hollywood. Like he was like his gut reaction was probably like, I'm gonna go up there and slap him, but then that celebrity mindset kicked in of like, no, I have to smile and clap because I can't have a controversy, and then like the anger overrode that, and then that's because
Ugh.
I think that's also just as likely a scenario, but because
Yeah,
like,
I think you're right.
Apparently, they've also hated each other for some
Oh,
time.
really?
I
Chris
didn't know
Rock and
that.
Will Smith?
I read one article.
didn't know that.
Don't quote me on it necessarily, but yeah, I read one article that was just kind of like the beef between them two, them two's guys. And when I say read an article, I mean I read a clickbaity headline and then I didn't click on it.
That's what reading an article in 2022.
That's what reading an article is, honestly.
Everyone does that.
Yeah.
I had a customer at work today I had a long-winded conversation with, and somehow that came up. And he was like, yo, man, did you watch the Grammys last night? I was like, no.
Grammys?
Like, no,
said?
I didn't correct him either, because I was like, I don't want to be a dick. So I was just like, nah, I didn't watch it. But he brought up the slap, and I was like, yeah, crazy, right? And he was like, listen, if you slap the shit out of me on national television, I'm hitting you back, and then I'm suing the absolute fuck out of you.
I mean, that's what went through my head. I saw a really funny post from Carl Tart, who's a really funny comedian. It was a picture of a scrawny white dude typing about the Will Smith scenario. If that was me up there, I would have beat his ass. Yeah. That's like how I felt before. I was like, when I saw that meme, I was put in my place, basically.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny that you say that, Rob, because I had the opposite happen a few years back. I was like huge into Daft Punk that year that they won all the Grammys for their like last album that they did, and I made like a post on Facebook being like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy my favorite band won all these Oscars." And I didn't realize until the next morning. I'm not even kidding.
Right.
I think I deleted the post out of shame. I was like, I can't believe I did that.
What if that guy at your store, Rob, was testing you, and he asked you, "Did you see the Grammys last night?"
I would have given you $1 million if
like,
you.
I didn't either because they didn't happen last night. But did you see the Oscars?
I probably would have laughed, and yeah, I would have been like, "Good for you, man."
Yeah,
like
that's
honestly. I don't know what this energy is, but keep it up for real.
I don't know
I
don't know what lie you were just trying to catch me in, but okay, good on you. But yeah, no. So he, they apparently like the whatever I guess investigative group that needed to step in was like, Chris Rock declined to press charges. Which, like, I think, like, for one, we should also say, like, the ultimate, like, Sigma male power play is that, like, 10 minutes later, Will Smith won Best Actor.
Oh, my God,
like,
yeah. Yeah, he dominated the Oscars.
I didn't really see much of what was nominated this year, and I don't think he's, like, the best actor ever, but, like, I think he's one of those guys who, like, did deserve, like, one at some point in his life. So
what did he win? Do we know what he won?
Played the Williams sisters' dad.
Yeah, the King Richard. He was like a tennis sports movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I didn't see that movie.
I didn't really.
Is this Will Smith's first?
It's
Oscar?
his first Oscar win. I think he's been nominated before, but it's his first time winning an Oscar. And now him slapping the shit out of Chris Rock is gonna be, I think, remembered more so than that, which is kind of sucks, but
for sure,
it was his choice.
I mean,
yeah.
I paid so little attention that every year I pay less and less attention, and I'm at like sub-zero attention to any of these award shows right now, except for maybe like when Succession won some Emmys recently. I was like, yes, like I really fucking love Succession, right? So that was dope. But I gotta say, man, the Oscars just suck so hard these days. I'm trying to remember,
like 4 or 5 years, they just keep getting worse.
Yeah, I can't remember what the thing was. It'll come to me if we continue this conversation, but there was a breaking point for me. I think in the 2019, maybe 2018 Oscars, where I was just like, "Oh, this is all garbage. Like, truly the most horrendous shit there is." I do remember one thing that upset me specifically was like Suicide Squad won an Oscar.
Yeah, so the Oscar award winning.
For what?
It was like makeup and hair design.
Soundtrack.
Or something. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought they won like a
Okay.
soundtrack one.
It was one. It wasn't like an actual
some
like.
shit.
It was something small. It wasn't like best writing or best.
Yeah, I know,
or
but
anything like that.
still, it was one of these things to me where I was like, man, I always looked at the Oscars like the gatekeepers in a way, and like to even like hand out such a small thing to Suicide Squad, it just felt like this weird floodgate moment of like, yep, that's a crack in the dam, all right, and that one little
Now the
crack could
floodgates
grow
are-
to just
Yeah.
blow out the whole fucking village. Like, I really couldn't believe, like, the absolute idea that Suicide Squad could sell a DVD with the words Oscar award winning on the
Suicide
cover
Squad. Yeah.
is so infuriating to me. It like blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, there's like been tons of shit where like we all should have stopped watching the Oscars when they nominated Robert Downey Jr. for doing blackface in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact he didn't win, we should have all seen the writing on the wall and been like, that's a bad faith argument you're making right now, Oscars committee. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
That is fucking weird. I didn't think that was real. I thought that was just a joke.
No, he was. It was the
No!
same, it was the had Heath Ledger not died that year, there was
Man.
a chance that Robert Downey Jr. could have
I have heard
won.
that. Okay. Yeah.
I think I made
Wow.
the joke on the podcast before that Robert Downey Jr. might have won an Oscar for
Yeah.
blackface if Heath Ledger didn't do whiteface. You know, like Joker makeup. It's a
Clown
joke
face.
about clown makeup. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's really kind of it. Like they didn't like Will Smith kind of did like an apology during his speech and then ended it with like hopefully I get invited back next year, and then walked off. Like, and that was it. Like that was really all that they addressed it for the rest of the show. They both he's Chris Rock since put out an apology and Will Smith's also put out an apology. Like.
I'm sorry I didn't hit him harder.
Well, here,
Actually,
here, yeah. I have them pulled up. This is Chris Rock's apology. As a comedian, it can be difficult to understand which lines are to be crossed and which ones aren't. Last night, I crossed a line that I shouldn't have, and paid the enormous price of my reputation as a renowned comedian. Comedy is never about poking fun at or making light of people with major ordeals happening in their lives. Comedy is about using real-life circumstances to create laughter and bring light to an otherwise dark world. With that said, I sincerely apologize to my friends Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and the rest of the Smith family for the disrespect and disregard I displayed, which was unfortunately broadcast for the world to see. I hope that in time forgiveness can come in the situation of the situation, and we can all be better, more considerate people in the end. So that's Chris Rock.
Everybody hates Chris. Like, I just,
We'll circle back
man,
to
that sucks.
But then this is Will Smith's apology to, I guess, everyone, because he apologized.
Fuck that guy. That guy sucks, and I hate him.
He says, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize.
He won that Oscar, just became so humble.
Yeah,
like
immediately.
instant shift.
He didn't win.
He
Chris
like
Rock would be
honestly,
dead right now.
what if that slap only really came out of like some anxiety over being nominated and just not being able to handle the fucking pressure?
So I walked up with a smile and just snapped, like, when he got there. Just
Yeah. And,
had he not slapped Chris Rock, he would have like flipped the trophy upside down and like bashed the presenter over the head with like the heavy
he's like, well,
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
I think I wonder if in his mind he was like, I'm still campaigning for this win. Like, if they haven't chosen me, this might like get me over the like. I love the Academy just like behind the scenes having to be like, take that other guy's name off the trophy. We're giving it to Will Smith. Just, oh god, I love that.
I would like to also apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been otherwise a gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will.
I am legend.
I am legend. Sincerely, Will. But what I was going to say was, like, shortly before this podcast started, anyone who follows me on Instagram will know that my girlfriend and I have an ongoing, like, pun war where I'll just send her the worst, most awful jokes ever and, like, try to disguise it as, like, an actual conversation piece to see if I can get away with it. She tried to one-up me before this podcast started. She said, "Hey, did you hear that the police were called to check Chris Rock's face after the Oscars? It's getting serious. It's not looking good for Will Smith. They found fresh prints."
Oh my fucking god!
I was not going to be outdone by that.
Real quick, that is such a special thing you have going on there.
Yeah.
Sounds lovely.
I fired back with...
I mean it.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. But I was not going to be outdone, so I fired back with a triple punch. I said, I know, right? He's probably going to be canceled. He's going to go from Will Smith to Was Smith.
Okay. All right. I like that.
She just sent like an angry like steam emoji.
Yeah.
And then I said, don't worry. I'm sure he'll have a redemption arc eventually because where there's a will, there's a way.
Fucking hate you. Now I'm starting to not like you.
She responds to that, okay, fine, in all caps, you win.
She's like, I'm done, Jacob. I'm done with
I'm
you.
leaving you. And then I finally said, but you know what? For real though, I think Chris kind of deserved that slap. I never did like that guy. I don't think I'm the only one. Everyone hates Chris.
Yeah. Okay. I was told recently that the show isn't even about Chris Rock's life. It's about like the head writer of the show.
It turns out it was pitched by Will Smith years ago, and he was like, "But you can't have I can't have my name attached to this. It's gonna pay off one day, but I can't have my name."
Will Smith is like, I actually didn't grow up in Philly. I grew up in Brooklyn.
He's like, I grew up in Malibu, and I never had it hard once in my life.
So yeah, that's.
I'm a good actor. Damn, I'm a good actor. I ain't that.
That's really all I had to say about that. I just thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, wild shit. I've been daydreaming about Will Smith
slapping Chris Rock in the face,
like turning into a beast or a werewolf and just kind of ripping apart Chris Rock on stage as Chris is pleading for help from anyone.
That's starting back to normal and accepting his award, and no one says anything.
What I love,
the way it is in my mind. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, as I was gonna say, because like in that moment, if you listen, because obviously like they muted it, but there's certain like parts of the world where they don't like have laws about profanity on TV, so it wasn't muted, like in Australia and whatnot. So if you listen to like the first time Will Smith,
they dubbed it even worse words.
Well, no, when he says "keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth" the first time, there's like some laughter and clapping because they think, oh, this is a bit. And then when he says it a second time,
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah,
I didn't even watch it live. I saw memes and I was like, this was a weird pre-planned bit.
It's a weird bit, yeah. But then when he says it the second time, it's silent, and Chris Rock is just, okay, and now we're gonna.
There's a
present
video
yeah,
of,
like,
Hey man, I'm not going to.
But-
It's so
yeah.
awkward. It's
But
so horrible to watch.
It's so cringeworthy. But my point to that, what Jake was saying is like, Jake's like, oh, I would transform into a monster and tear Chris Rock apart on stage, and I'd be like, it's
Well,
funny
Will
because
Smith,
or,
in my mind, does.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say like. Even at that point, I wonder if they'd be like, "Is this like a bit? Is this stage?" Like,
I picture what happens.
These effects are great.
Is that Will Smith is walking up on stage with a smile like how he is. It cuts to mute for everyone at home,
yeah.
and Chris Rock is like, he's like, you can't hear anything, and then you just see Will Smith get on all fours and
The
just
claws come
lunge
out.
at Chris Rock, and has Chris Rock by his nape in Will Smith's mouth, and he's running off the stage.
Just like
with
whipping
and
him
everyone's
around,
panicking.
like how
Yeah.
how like some predators like they whip around their prey to like break their neck so they like die quicker. He's like doing that
Yeah,
to Chris
yeah.
Rock as he pounces off the stage. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's like.
There's a
my
Black
crazy-
Panther joke in here that I'm not gonna make, but wow, yeah, there's a video of, well, there's a video of all of it, right? But there's a video of the second time he says, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," and
Yeah.
there are like 3 actors. I wish I knew their names
Lupita
to like
Nyong'o
cite them in this
is the
moment.
one right behind him. Who you can see the
Yeah,
clearest.
yeah.
Crazy
Just such a
reaction. So fucking funny. Like, top tier, absolute top of the mountaintop reactions, because she's so fucking uncomfortable with the
Yeah.
situation.
The part that I love the most about this is
It's like,
and
this is
then-
the Oscars. Like, you
Denzel-
don't want to hear that here.
Will Smith mentions this like in his speech later on, but apparently like during the commercial break after that happened, like Denzel Washington came over and spoke with him, and at some point in that
So did Tyler Perry. Those
Yeah.
were the two that like.
and calmed
counseled
him
him.
down.
Wow.
because, like, Denzel Washington
Medea and the Equalizer came
Should have
in.
learned that up
Came in.
there.
But Will Smith said in his acceptance speech that in that like exchange between him and Denzel Washington, Denzel said, "When you're at your highest, that's when the devil comes to you." Which I find like that. That's like,
He's here, Will. He's
here,
in you.
Will.
He's in you, Will.
Yeah. They I don't
Dayton
know.
levels are off the charts, man. Your Dayton
Jesus.
levels.
I was thinking earlier, is like Jada Pinkett Smith Secret Xenu, and Will is like
Maybe.
her bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah,
It's incredible. Like, just is Will Smith the new Kanye West of like
was
award
thinking
shows?
It was that same energy for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like real, like, I am a god energy, right? Because like after all that shit is when Kanye went like directly into that I am a god phase, and
Yeah.
Will Smith is, like, in my opinion, declining talent every year, right? I didn't see King Richard. It seems like one of those movies where it's like, yeah, this is just like the perfect fucking story to like get traction in the Academy, and I'm sure Will Smith is great in it. But you know, I also just don't give a shit, because a lot of his like past, most recent work is all been trash. He's done a lot of sellout shit, right? Like just taking like big bucks home every year for like really not awesome blockbusters.
Yeah.
Because at one point, you know, he was fucking blockbuster gold, right? He was like one of the, you know, Sam Jackson got his like honorary Academy Award this year, and he did I think Denzel Washington, oddly enough, gave it to Sam Jackson in the award show, but Samuel L. Jackson did an interview a couple months ago after it was announced that he'd be getting an honorary Oscar for like all of his work in cinema. And I would think the direct question was like, are you upset that you never won an Oscar? And I guess he did a movie in the 90s, I can't remember the name of it, that he got nominated for. And he was like, I think I probably should have gotten an Oscar for that role. I
Sam
can't remember
Jackson
what.
or who?
Yeah, Sam Jackson. It was some movie. He got beat out by like some other fucking movie, and he was like, I think I should have won that one. We saw. He says, he's like, me and my wife saw that other movie in theaters, and it kind of sucked. And there was no one.
I love
There was
that.
no one in the theater. I love Sam Jackson, but
Yeah.
he says like it wasn't very good, but also he was like there was no one in the theater at the time, and his whole thing was like I figured out early on that like I'm not supposed to just be some like artsy fucking guy who's winning awards. My job is to get like blockbuster level ticket sales, right? Like I need to be a guy where people see I'm in a movie and they just turn the fuck out because they love me and they think I'm good, right? And I think that's like I hate it, right? Because I want the Academy Awards to be more like
I just
gatekeeping
yeah.
of Hollywood, right? But there is a grander point of like Will Smith is like a legit blockbuster actor. I just think recently he's put out some real fucking garbage. Like Suicide Squad, right? Academy Award winning film. Like, don't get me wrong. And an incredible film. Suicide Squad kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah.
He did that movie with Margot Robbie that I don't even know what the movie was about. It just seemed like
that's separate from Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think it's
Margot
the
Robbie.
same fucking year too.
Yeah.
He was in Gemini Man, which I didn't see. Actually, I heard Gemini Man is kind of dope.
I just can't with that fucking
It's called Focus.
Excuse me. Yeah, Focus.
No,
I don't
never
even know
heard
what
of
this
that.
movie's about. As far as I know from the trailer, it's about Will Smith, Margot Robbie, and like a red sports car. And that's all I understand of this fucking movie.
I did just look.
I'm just gonna
Rob. It was Sam Jackson was nominated for Pulp Fiction in '94.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it fucking was. And
And-
Pulp Fiction was a box office smash.
Yeah.
They made a shitload of money.
And he lost. There was some decent competition that year because that was the same year Gary Sinise was nominated for Forrest Gump.
Who won?
Martin Landau for his role as Bela Lugosi in Ed Wood.
Right.
Which was another movie we talked about an episode or two ago. I think when
Yeah,
Jesse
with
was
Jesse.
on.
Yeah.
Which that's a good performance, but I would admit that Sam Jackson probably deserved that one more than Martin Landau did.
Yeah, Sam Jackson, he's a blockbuster guy, like you said, Rob, but he just delivers every time. He is so good. I just watched Jackie Brown for the first time,
Jackie Brown
probably like a month ago, and he's obviously such a huge part in that movie, and he's like a anti-hero. Like, he's the bad guy, but also somehow feels like the protagonist in the movie. And he just, he kills it every time. Every single time he's in a movie. I love him. I've not seen Black Snake Moan, and I've always wanted to. I don't know if
Snake
that's
Moan is
good.
really good. I like that movie a lot. I'm looking at Will Smith's like recent movies, and you got King Richard, and then Bad Boys for Life is like the last movie he put out before King Richard.
I never saw that.
It's just the third.
Is that
Bad
the third
Boys
Bad
movie.
Boys?
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't
like
see
Bad
it.
Boys. I do like Bad Boys.
Bad Boys 1 is a legit good movie. Bad Boys 2 is just kind of fun, but also long as fuck. Then he did Gemini Man. Then he's also done like
Animation
a shitload of Disney Plus stuff for the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah.
Like his IMDb is like riddled with like Prince Ali shit.
Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah.
Spies in Disguise, which is like an animated movie.
Didn't see it. I watched Bright, that Netflix movie about like weird like 21st century where orcs and elves and men all live as one. I weirdly like that movie, I'll admit. I weirdly am into that shit. Collateral Beauty, which I did not see, looks garbage. Like, looks like just absolute trash. It looks like it's literally just Collateral, but with Will Smith, and they added like another word.
They added some beauty.
Okay.
And then you got Suicide Squad, that concussion movie, which like, who gives a fuck? No one cares about concussions. Like, I just not saying that like we shouldn't be, trying to figure out concussion stuff.
Yeah.
For society.
Is that like the football one?
Yeah, where he's like, I think he plays like
discovered how
CTE
like,
or whatever.
Yep.
Concussions or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
And
what's
then
that one? 7 pounds. Is that a movie he
So-
did?
Yeah, that was,
yeah,
that was
so-
like
I didn't
mid to
see
late-
that.
That was like mid to late 2000s, but that was like a very like clearly Oscar bait movie.
Yeah.
It seems like that was Pursuit of Happiness. I remember
That one was
seeing when
good.
it came out,
Pursuit of
and I
Happiness, I
I
really
cried,
liked.
man.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I could probably watch that again and like it, but
Yeah.
that also seemed like Oscar bait.
Yeah.
Maybe did he win for that? Did he?
No,
Well, I
this
know he
is-
didn't win an
No.
Oscar until just recently, but was that movie nominated? Do we know?
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nominated.
Yeah.
Will Smith
Okay.
was nominated for it. He was also nominated for a Golden Globe. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't know, man. Again, with the notion of gatekeeping, like I think these award shows make mistakes at times, but I do also think that these award shows will see those Oscar bait movies as what they are, right? And it's like, at least they did. Like nowadays, it feels like those Oscar bait things. It's like there's like a good chance you'll get like King Richard just feels like Oscar bait, right?
Yeah.
The Williams sisters are like ingrained in society now. They have a similar like story to Tiger Woods in that sense that it's like their father like decided for them that they were gonna be like the greatest fucking all-time athletes in their chosen field, and the story like as they are adults, the story isn't about their dad, but when they're fucking kids, it's like, oh, this is like whatever, you get it. I just I don't know, like I didn't even really look at the other nominees for this year. I guarantee you that there's got to be at least one person in the nominees who you could make an argument was like more deserving than King Richard, but again, I didn't see it.
That type of story is just so fucking played, where it's like the Michael Jackson's dad doing that.
Yep.
I don't know if they made a movie about that. I'm sure they did.
I hope not, because that one's just like sad.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
horrible.
overall, that from start to finish, that life and everyone involved in it's just sad.
Yeah.
But that whole King Richard, I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's just Will Smith being like, play tennis harder.
Yeah.
I want it, Dad. You're gonna be successful.
You're gonna do it someday.
And then while violins are going off in the background,
Yeah.
and they break down and cry, and Will Smith goes, "I love you.
I
No
love
matter
you.
what I
With
do to
a
you, I
sing-
love
a
you.
single
Yeah.
I'm
tear
gonna yell at you.
down
Yeah,
his
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
hit you. I'm gonna punch you a lot."
Yeah.
I
One
love
day,
you.
you'll see like that this was all love. They'll like go back out into that
And
muddy field
love
and
is
keep
money.
running. Like,
You're gonna love all that money.
yeah,
You
love is
better
money.
pay me all of your money.
Yeah.
You don't get it. When you guys go pro, I can retire.
I can retire.
I'm tired of
Get it?
yeah, like I.
And then someday,
Like, you're my way out. You're my ticket, you idiot.
I
Someday-
fucked up.
and
I
were
fucked
gonna
up.
save
I
me.
fucked up.
and then someday Will Smith is gonna play me in a movie.
Oh my God, he has
Smack
it
the
so
shit
gay
out of
now.
Chris Rock. Yeah.
He's gonna hit Chris Rock like how
Yeah,
like how I
Just
hit
how I hit
Just
you
like-
right now. Yeah.
you're gonna hit that ball just like as hard as I hit you.
Jesus
all right,
Christ.
you're gonna get me out of all this debt. These fucking credit cards are ruining me. These fucking credit cards.
Oh my
I am seeing Denzel Washington was nominated for The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Yeah.
That is the
I never
only
saw
other
that.
thing in here I've heard is like fucking phenomenal. Is like one of the greatest things in recent memory. But also it's like you got Andrew Garfield getting nominated for a movie called Tick Tick Boom, which is like
Ugh.
if we're talking about gatekeeping,
Ugh.
do not give him Do not give Andrew
Come
Garfield
on.
a fucking Oscar.
I don't like Andrew Garfield. I
don't dislike him, but he's not a good actor by any stretch of the imagination.
He's just so goofy looking. I don't know. I can't take him seriously.
Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, which I'm sure, Sam Elliott just wouldn't have, right? Like, they were like, they probably made a calculated decision where they were like, Sam Elliott will shoot up the Oscars.
Listen, it's either Chris Rock gets slapped tonight or Sam Elliott shoots everyone. What do you want?
Javier Bardem being the Ricardos, no fucking clue what that is.
I don't know what that is. I kind of like him though.
I do too. Yeah. I just don't give a shit about this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm better for it. Like, oh, you know what pissed me off? They gave Billie Eilish a fucking Oscar, and her brother, her dipshit brother. I think they won 2 Oscars, actually.
Oh, wait. Billie Eilish? Did you say eyelash?
Yeah, I did.
On purpose?
Yeah, I mean, I did on purpose.
Okay.
Knowing it's not funny. Like, I know it's not a funny thing. I'm just, I don't respect that person. That's the kind of shit where it's like, can we not? Like, can we not give this person an EGOT? Like, this fucking, like, son or this daughter of, like, millionaire record producers? Like, can we not legitimize this, like, fake talent any more than we already have?
Yeah. Give that EGOT for Jacob Boyer, because that's one of the only people who I'd care about getting an EGOT. All right,
exactly.
Billie Eilish? No, I don't think so.
There. Yeah. Now
you gotta
Billie Eilish and I are no. If she has an Oscar now, then I'm sure has a Grammy as well. So then she's halfway. I'm a quarter of the way there.
Yeah, I mean,
Billie Eilish is gatekeeping Jacob Boyer right now.
Yeah, I do.
This is gonna be easy. This is gonna be easy.
Dude, I can see in the imminent future, like 3 years out, her like somehow getting into a like Broadway performance and being nominated for a Tony.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say Billie Eilish getting into a shootout.
Oh my god, no. Billie Eilish like getting into yeah, you are stressed out, I can tell. Yeah, man, and then she's only one away, an Emmy, and that would be like, by that point it would be so funny if Jacob has an Oscar, but he's like, I can't beat her, and so you get on like the Emmy board and you actively gatekeep Billie Eilish for her entire career.
Yes,
you're like, I have no time to win the other awards. I can only stop her from doing it.
She actually like ends up having like an amazing performance on a hit TV show.
Yeah.
That's just objectively good, and Jacob doesn't let it happen.
She does she plays the lead in like True Detective season 4, and even I am like, Jacob, give her the Emmy. She deserves it. He's like, no, it will never happen.
Really good.
If she revokes her Grammy, then I will.
Yeah, if she gives me her Grammy, like I'll.
If we need her to be a step behind me.
If she gives me the Grammy and half of her Oscar, then I will give her. She's like buzzsaws her Oscar down the
She just like takes her brother's Oscar and she's like, I'm sorry I had to do this. Yeah, man. The award show stuff is not good. It's just bad shit now.
Yeah. I'll tell you about some shit that wasn't bad though. This is, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like, the more I think about it, this isn't really like as much of a talking point as I would like to think it is. But we haven't done this segment in a hot minute, so we're gonna saunter over to Jacob's literary corner.
Ooh.
My girlfriend recommended me this book because usually what we do, anyone who's familiar with like the Lehigh Valley area, a common like weekend date that we'll do is we'll go get coffee in or around Bethlehem's like Main Street, and then we'll just kind of walk up and down Main Street checking out all the shops because there's some cool shit out there. And
Where's a good coffee place over there?
Oh, Biddy and Bose is my favorite right now.
I've never heard of that.
It's brand new. It's really cool. The coffee is great, but like
I've never heard of that. I don't think it exists.
their main. So I have the merch to prove it. So I don't want to.
They have
Yeah, so
merch?
fuck
They
you,
do.
Rob.
Well, because here's the deal: is that they their whole claim to fame is, or not. Well, I don't know about claim to fame, but like what makes them special is that they only hire adults with disabilities to work the front of house, like the cash register and like the serving and like carrying drinks and food and whatnot to tables and all that.
I'm really trying hard to be nice about it.
Yeah. So I
fucks with that.
Yeah, I think it's cool. The coffee is really good. So yeah, we usually get coffee there. But then we'll usually walk down to like the Moravian bookshop and check that out because I really like that bookstore. She really likes that bookstore. We like reading.
It's a nice place.
It gels. It works. And she found they were doing a hardcover sale a few weeks ago. And she found this book. I'm holding it up for the YouTube viewers. It's called When Breath Becomes Air, and it's really, really good. She had read it already. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this for you. You should read it." And I did. I finished it last week, and holy shit, is it sad. It's a kind of an autobiography about this guy, Paul Kalanithi. It's sort of his life from like high school up until I want to say his like 30s or 40s, and his whole deal was he wanted to be an English major, and he ends up going into medicine, becomes a neurosurgeon, and he's like going through all like the years of like residency and all that you need to like finish.
He didn't know English, so his options were very limited.
Well, he like the way it's a lot more eloquent than I'm wording it in the book but like his whole thing is like he was like really fascinated with death as a concept and like trying to like use death as a way to like justify life, like what is going to make my life meaningful at the end of the day, and then through that like weird philosophical
murdering people
through that philosophical like journey he goes through, he decides, you know what, I'm going to be a neurosurgeon. And he like gets to the very end, like he's almost done his like residency, and he finds out that he has lung cancer and his chances aren't good. So he's like immediately like goes on chemo. He like can't practice anymore. So like the whole first half of the book is like
sucks.
yeah. So the first half of the book is like him is that like journey of like med school and like philosophizing about like life and death and what
legally you can't cure cancer if you have cancer. So I'm sorry, you can't be a doctor anymore.
So and then the second half of the book is him like writing about like this is what like my mental state was like when I thought about dying my whole life, and now I know how I'm gonna die, and shit sucks, and like sort of his thoughts. And then you get to like the last 30 pages or whatnot, and you find out his wife is finishing the book because he died before he could finish it. And it's so fucking heavy. It's so sad, but it's a really good book.
Damn.
But there's one paragraph in particular that I really liked that I thought could be like an interesting, like, I don't know, like conversation starter. So this is a short paragraph from When Breath Becomes Air. While all doctors treat diseases, neurosurgeons work in the crucible of identity. Every operation on the brain is, by necessity, a manipulation of the substance of ourselves, and every conversation with a patient undergoing brain surgery cannot help but confront this fact. In addition to the patient and the family, the brain surgery is usually the most dramatic event they have ever faced, and as such has the impact of any major life event. At those critical junctures, the question is not simply whether to live or die, but what kind of life is worth living. Would you trade your ability, or your mother's, to talk for a few extra months of mute life? The expansion of your visual blind spot in exchange for eliminating the small possibility of a fatal brain hemorrhage. Your right hand's function to stop seizures. How much neurologic suffering would you let your child endure before saying that death is preferable? Because the brain mediates our experience of the world, any neurosurgical problem forces a patient and family, ideally with a doctor as a guide, to answer the question, what makes life meaningful enough to go on living? And that's like only a small like part, like, but when I read that I was like, damn. That's like, and that got me thinking, because I'm like one of those people who in my head, I'm like, if I'm ever in a situation where I'm like, I'm like, my brain is alive, but I'm like otherwise a vegetable,
Yeah.
just unplug me. Like, I don't want to be
Yeah.
that burden on
That's
my family.
that's my thought too.
But then the more I thought about it, and I was like, I was trying to think, is like, well, but like, is that necessarily like the right like what is preferable? Like having my family have that hope of like, well, maybe he'll wake up. I mean, yeah, he'll have like a lot of brain damage, but he'll be with us, or like. Or just pull the plug, like, you know what I mean? Like have that. Rob's like, no,
Rob's reaction
no, pull that plug.
is perfect. It's
Yank
also
that-
like
yank
just
that
something
plug
I
right out
relate
of the
to so
wall.
much. My mom said that to me. It's like everyone in my family, we're all just on the same page. It's like, yeah, if we're vegetables or in that state, just end it. Like it would
Plant
suck for
this
the person
vegetable in the garden, baby.
planted in the garden. It of course would suck being the person to have to like make that decision for that family member who's a vegetable. But I don't know. We all said we don't want that. I don't have it anywhere in writing, and it's something actually because I'm fucked up in the head, I just think about every now and then where I'm like, oh, I gotta write that. Like I gotta put that in writing just in case it happens to me and I'm trapped in this prison of my flesh.
I have that like same sort of thing where I get it in my head where I'm like, I don't have a will. I should have a will. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm like 27, and then I think that I'm invincible and I'll live forever.
It happens, man.
And then that
I think
wears
my
off.
will would be silly because I don't own a lot or have a lot of money. So I'd be like,
that's what
and my
stops me.
PS5 goes
My
to
PS5 goes to
my cousin. And my Dragon Ball Z canvas
I'm
goes to
imagining
my aunt.
Like I die and you're all like in like the private like room like with where the guy's like reading off the will, and it gets to the part, and last but not least I would like and it gets to the very end, and he goes, and last but not least, I would like my Emmy to go to, and then Rob is like
perk up.
on the chairs. Like,
Come
and it's
on.
My Emmy to be thrown into the ocean.
I want my Emmy to go to Billie Eilish because she deserves it. Yeah, and Rob's
So she
like,
can have her
"Fuck
EGOT, yeah.
And Rob just blows his
Rob
brains out
flips
right
the
then.
table, runs out of the room. Yeah.
Like, I knew Jacob was going to hell. That piece of shit just screaming at your mom and your dad. Like, your boy's in hell right now. Satan is fucking him.
I would like that that moment of Jacob's Emmy being read off to be possibly given to someone and be like, and Jacob's Emmy goes to
Yeah.
like it's an award
Jacob's Emmy. The one and only Jacob's Emmy Award show. Only one. But yeah, no, I don't know. I get that
All
thing.
the stars are out tonight. Jacob's mother. Your
Jacob's
mom is just like crying,
mother.
bawling her fucking eyes out on the red carpet.
But
I don't understand any of this.
But everyone's like still in like super nice dresses and tuxes and all that.
Yeah.
like it is an award show, just not dressed for a funeral at all.
I'm like going to every person who's being nominated, being like, if you win, I'll buy the Emmy from you. Well, you don't need that. I do. I've been after it for a long time. Like, I'll give you $50,000.
I don't know if you know this, but in his original will, it's not the one that we're gonna hear today because like it was rewritten at the last second. But in the original will, it went to me.
It's a conspiracy.
I'm the rightful owner.
Yeah.
You don't deserve that Emmy. I do.
I do.
I've known him longest, probably.
He dedicated
You're saying that
this
to
the
Jacob's
podcast.
mom.
Yeah, my mom. Like, I've known him the longest out of all of us. Really.
I want my will to get like divvied out like white elephant style, where like everyone picks like a box under it, like a gift wrapped box under a tree, and they all have like different parts, and like people can steal. So like hypothetically, I die like a multimillionaire, and like someone gets that box, right?
Yeah.
The you get all my money box, and then it just keeps getting stolen, and all of a sudden the guy who's like going last is like, oh my god, I'm gonna win all the money. Like all these other people are just pissed off.
one box is your fortune, and the rest are
It's
weapons.
just like knickknacks. Yeah. Knowing Rob and his appreciation for Ice-T's mean guns, he would do something like that. He would.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've seen that movie, Jake, but we talk about that on the Watch List podcast.
It's great.
Ice-T.
I've heard of it. I have not
Ice,
seen it.
Ice-T hosts a battle royale in a prison where it's basically like
It's the original fucking Fortnite.
The original
It's
Fortnite,
crazy.
He's
like
basically just he gets up and
Oh
is
yeah,
like,
this looks familiar. I've not
Yeah.
seen it, but yeah.
It's the same thing. Like just Rob, the
Oh
person
my
reading
God.
the person reading Rob's will is just gonna get up and be like, the fortune is hidden somewhere in this maximum security prison, and
Yeah.
all of you guys have to fight for it. Any question, he's gonna get Ice-T to like read his will.
Well, dude, it's either that and like goons dump like boxes of guns out and everyone starts shooting each other, but then it's revealed all the guns are empty and then they dump the bullets out onto the floor like the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Or-
it's like dodgeball where everyone rushes for the
Yeah.
bullets.
It's
okay.
I would
literally
also
that moment. Yeah.
I would also like what's that show with like the briefcase full of money?
Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, I think with all like the 30 briefcases, right?
Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to have my will divvied out like in Deal or No Deal style.
Everyone picks a case and then that's just
Yeah.
what they get. Like,
And there's like a banker and everything, and then like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's revealed that like I'm the banker, I'm not dead, right? It was just a big fucking goof.
It'd be funny if one case had like your cat in it,
Yeah.
and then another case had Jazz. Like the case opens up and
Jesus
Jazz like
Christ.
flops out.
Yeah.
And you're still the banker, by the way.
I was gonna go the other way and say like Jazz opens up her case and it has the 1 cent on it, and then meanwhile like Rob's like second cousin twice removed opens up like,
Yeah.
$1 million and is like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah, like the deed to the house that Jazz still lives in goes to someone else. Yeah, by the end of it, she's just like, well, like his whole family got like the cars and the house, the life insurance, the fortune, like loses
At least I have these
everything.
cats. Yeah.
And I'm not dead. I'm still not dead in this scenario, right? It would have to be like I was dying like next week of cancer or something.
What happens is knowing you, what would happen is like you would come out revealed as the banker. You're like, that's right, I'm not dead, and they're like, but why'd you do this? And then you put on a pair of sunglasses and you're like, that's just the art of the deal, and then you just shoot yourself. Like,
Dude, Jesus. Double whammy, it's revealed that I spent all of my fortune to put on the Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
Like millions of dollars. I got like a whole studio audience.
Yeah. Oh my! Hired a bunch
And,
of supermodels.
someone
to hold
comes
up
out-
briefcases. Yeah.
Someone comes out in a mask and takes it off, and it's Mayor Giuliani.
Yeah.
And then
And everyone just
Ken
storms
Jong,
out,
he just walks out.
Ken
He's like,
Jong,
"Fuck
who's
this."
there. You've invited Ken Jong specifically for that moment, so he'll storm out. Like he doesn't get anything
is
in the will.
Immediately after Rob's death, that all all these events happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
immediately after the suicide. It's so crazy what's
This is
happening.
like 13 Reasons Why level of like post-death orchestration on Rob's
Yeah.
end. Like,
Yeah, it's like Mayor Giuliani takes off the mask, Ken Jong walks out, Chris Rock gets slapped like by Will Smith.
Right,
It's
yeah,
all of
yeah.
it happening. Just oh, I don't know where to look.
Billie Eilish like wins her Emmy.
her Emmy
Finally
Yeah.
gets the EGOT.
Yeah,
Oh man. So yeah, that's all that is to say. Yeah, When Breath Becomes Air, really, really good book. Yeah.
It does sound good.
It's a short one too. It's only about like 200 pages, but it's a good.
I like
read.
a sub 300 page book. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I'm working. I kind of joked about. I don't know if this is in the recorded part of the show, but I joked with Rob earlier that I just kind of randomly picked a book off my shelf, being like, oh, this one's kind of short. I'll read this one next, and it was called Where Reasons End. and it was like a kind of like a weird, like almost like slam poetry esque kind of like chapter book, and I was like, what the hell is this about? And I read the inside jacket, and it's like about a woman astral projecting to the spirit of her son who's recently committed suicide. And then I read about the author, and it's apparently the author lost a son to suicide and then wrote this book. And I was like, and that's when my girlfriend was like, "Why do you
Those
do
all
this to
real.
yourself?" Yeah, she's like, "What?" Yeah, my girlfriend was like, "Why? Why do you do this?" And I was like, "I didn't mean to."
Astral projection's
Yeah.
cool, dude. Third eye DMT, bro.
It would be so funny if the author's kid in the afterlife kept getting astral projected to by people like Jacob, and he's like, what did my mom do? Like, what did she do that caused this? I'm just trying to float through an infinite existence right now. Yeah, like, who the fuck are you? Just like having to meet all these awful people all the time. Asking him questions about the book. He's like, hey, dummy, I never read the book, okay? My mom never even astral projected to me. It's crazy that you are right now. Yeah.
We were estranged.
My mom lied to sell books. She's probably on a beach right now, that dumb bitch. Like,
Jesus.
I don't even know how I died. She could have killed me. I have no clue.
yeah. Investigate my mom, okay? I wouldn't have killed myself. Like, I had a very happy life. Just like trying to send
My
people
dick was
back.
huge. There's no
Yeah.
reason I'd wanna-
I had so much to live for. I had a massive cock and a degree from a state school. I mean, I was on top of the world, honestly. And my mom was just jealous, I think.
Jesus Christ.
He's like trying to convince these people to like go back and like do an investigation. They're like, whoa, this is crazy. Where am I right now? They're just like not even listening to him.
That's such a funny image.
Well, I'll give you guys another funny image. This might
dude.
round out the podcast. I'm checking the thing how we're doing for time. Oh, we're an hour in. We can probably fit this in a half hour, 40 minutes ish.
Sure.
It's not that like I always say it's not that long, and then it ends up being like the longest shit ever. But this is a returning segment from bad to worse. It is a segment that we do.
We've done it.
We've done it numerous times too.
You can't prove that we didn't.
The past few from bad to worse, I think, have been really, really good, and hopefully, I don't let us down.
I re-listened to the like Cleveland, Ohio balloon disaster like 5 goddamn times. I told a bunch of people about it at my job. Purely and like really the punchline of telling them about it was always just like because you get to that point where people would be like, did anyone die? And it's like the 2 most unlucky fucking fishermen of all time. And the funniest shit to me, the best part is like the Navy Coast Guard guy being like, so normally when we're doing search and rescue, normally when we do search and rescue, we're looking for like, a head bobbing up over the water, like a brightly colored life jacket, but we're just in a sea of brightly colored fucking life jacket. We can't find anything out here. All we've found are balloons. Don't you get it? Like,
thankfully that we don't. There's no death in this one. Well, I mean, there's metaphorical death, but no one actually dies in this.
You
one.
lie all the time.
Yeah.
And this
this
also,
one's not even
This story,
dark.
is like
This is
the
also-
story of the September 11 attack.
Yes,
Like-
this is also this is the most recent from bad to worse I think we've ever done. This is technically still unfolding, but if we're assuming that everything is all said and done as of now, this happened at only about a month ago. Actually, 1 month to the day. Now that I'm looking about it, this happened exactly 1 month ago. So anyone who's unfamiliar with how this segment works is I'm just going to tell a story. We're going to kind of clown on it. It gets progressively worse as it goes on. There's a happy ending kind of at the end of this, but not for everyone involved.
better not be Ukraine.
No, yeah. So on this day,
I was just thinking
Russia
about like
Russia
what
invaded
news.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
No. So any of you guys super well, not necessarily in the know, but are you at least familiar with and Rob, I think like you might be able to step in a little bit here, but the PC building community online at all? Like Linus Tech Tips, MKBHD,
Oh yeah, yeah,
any
yeah,
of
yeah.
that, like those kind of people. So there is a company out there called Artesian Builds.
I fucking have heard that name recently.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Trust me, this gets good. So yeah, Artesian Builds is kind of like how YouTube will do the thing where like you don't have enough subscribers or views or whatever to get paid by Google. That like they're like a third party partnership where they'll come to you and be like, hey, we'll support you and there's these perks and all that you can do. But they don't specialize in perks. They specialize in like PC giveaways and whatnot. So like they partner with like Intel and like various computer part companies to like make PCs, and then once a month they hop on Twitch and they raffle off a PC to or they do a giveaway of a PC that they build live on stream to one of their ambassadors.
It's a partnership program. Everyone
Yeah.
gets like a code, so when you go to their website to buy
Yeah,
something, you put that code in,
like
and there's
Amazon
probably like a
affiliate links and whatnot.
yeah. And it sounds like with this one, it's not necessarily that they get a cut of the money or anything, but that it's like they have to get a certain amount of uh activity on their like promotional code
Yeah.
every month to qualify for a giveaway.
Right. So, but that's like the only criteria for the giveaway is like you have to get like X number of clicks
And sending feet pics to the
and sending
owner
feed
of the
pics to the
company.
owner,
Yeah.
which the owner of this company, a guy named Noah Katz,
So funny. This guy is like
is
just a ridiculous human being.
he's a fixture of this story. Every single stream that I went back and I watched a bunch of their Twitch archives. Every single stream, he's always wearing like a dark T-shirt and a Star-Lord leather jacket, and he's like, "Hey
Yeah.
guys, how's it like?" Like always trying to be
He's like
like
really
cool
trying.
and like
He's
trying to be,
trying really
like,
hard.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's a little cringy.
He's like one of those like bad boy PC gamers where
Yeah.
it's like, bro, you
Well, so
you don't even smoke cigarettes. Like, what are you doing
Yeah.
wearing a leather jacket?
So he they do this stream exactly 1 month ago to the day that we're recording this. So February 28th, they're doing one of these giveaway streams, and I don't know exactly how they did it. I think they just put in the people who qualified. They just put their names in like a random like pick one generator, and
A digital hat,
yeah,
if you
a
will.
digital
you
hat.
know.
And they have it in the corner of the screen so everyone knows it's legit and it's not rigged.
It's like a literal goblet of
Yeah.
a goblet of fire. Like
They and they like they do like the spin or whatever they need to do. Like they shuffle the names around, they pick the name out, and it's this girl named Kia Pia, who is a very small streamer on Twitch. At the time, she only had about 2,000 followers, which is nothing to scoff at, but it's still not huge. So naturally, you would think, okay, great, she just won the PC, right? No. What happens next on Artesian Build stream is one of the most painful and cringy things I think I've ever sat through.
it's
It hurts to watch.
it's
Yeah.
like it's like Don Jr. energy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it sucks.
So Noah Katz, the guy he's on the stream, it's him on the camera, and there's like one of his other employees like building the PC that they're giving away that Kia Pia just won. They announce the name, and like you can see like the visible like kind of frustration on Noah Katz's face, and you're like wondering like what's the deal with this, and then he suddenly goes into like saying, So we've been meaning to like address this for a while. We're reworking the rules of the giveaways and all that, and like it just kind of announces on the fly. He had also mentioned earlier on in the stream that like the giveaway rules were changing, but if I'm one of the people in that raffle and I'm watching that, I'm thinking, okay, this is the last one where we have the normal rules, and then next month is when it's going to change.
That sounds normal to
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
But the way he's wording it is making it seeming like, no, I'm changing the rules now. After we've already announced a winner, I'm changing the rules. So he
Fucking asshole.
he
Just
goes
right
in,
away.
Yeah, he goes in, and well, you're gonna hate him even more because he pulls up her metrics, her social, her Instagram, Twitter, her Twitch, and he's like, only 5,000 followers across all platforms. I was trying to be generous here. You like basically like just mocking her like how like, oh, look at this small streamer, like you don't even have fans, you don't even have a follow, like not saying all that, but he's saying like look, yeah, only 2,000 followers on Twitch. The exact quote is 5,000 across all platforms. That doesn't meet my threshold. It was his exact wording. Yeah.
I think it also is that like her affiliate code was used like very little
Yeah.
that month, if at all.
Which,
and
okay, but also that was one of the criteria that he said was going to be changing.
yeah,
So she did qualify. She won that PC fair and square, and I think what happened was he's using the fact that she didn't have a Mizkif or a ninja-esque like audience to justify, oh well, I don't have to give this to her because she's
yeah,
so
he wants
small.
to.
Yeah.
The giveaway in reality, like as much as I'm sure there's a level of like we want it to be like a real giveaway, it's
We want to partner
it is
with cool
marketing.
people.
Like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, because they ultimately they would rather, I'm sure, have that PC go instead of to someone with 5,000 followers across all platforms to someone with like 50,000 or more, right?
Yeah.
Like someone with a much wider reach. And so I understand the like the marketing fundamentals of a company not what like it happens with sales all the time. Like
Yeah.
salespeople who don't hit their numbers don't get rewarded, right? It's just
Yeah.
a fact. But
This is a
it's so
giveaway.
weird to do it
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
publicly in front of what are essentially your customers. It's different. Like I've been reamed out in a sales meeting before in front of my colleagues, right? That's one thing. But I've never like been out on the sales floor at a job and
Have
in
your
front of
supervisor
customers
yell at you.
and
Yeah.
colleagues I've been screamed at about how I'm not like doing my job well enough, right? And he has this weird smirk and like energy about him the whole time where he's like it's like I know people are going to say I'm an asshole, but I'm right. I'm right in this moment, and like history will fucking prove it.
History
and
will
it's like
vindicate me. Yeah.
and dude, now I'm sure you have it. I don't know the exact numbers. I am sure that she has so many more followers now. I'm sure that she more than meets the threshold. I'm sure she is the threshold now. Like, come on.
The best part about all of this, now I don't have her Twitter metrics, but again, remember, at the time, she had 2,000 followers on Twitch. Noah Katz, at the time of that live stream, had 80 followers on Twitter. Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? Like, what are you?
A fucking loser.
This is like.
I mean, that's more than me, but like, damn.
That sucks ass. Yeah. That sucks so hard. Like.
Yeah, he basically is just like, he goes on this thing of like 5,000 followers across all socials. I was trying to be generous. That doesn't meet my threshold. And then he re-rolls the name, and I quote, I'm gonna try and do the exact inflection. He respins like the wheel or reshuffles the names or whatever he does, and goes, and there's the re-roll. Like, exactly. It's so fucking like painful. And then the final like little like just final like spit in her face is, he goes, and here's why. After that, he like checks her like, I guess, affiliate or like ambassador, whatever it's called, their ambassador status, and he goes like, 3 months goes by and not a single click.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
does
yeah, yeah.
and does this like shake of like, I am so disappointed.
Shame
in
on
you.
you.
Yeah,
Shame
Yeah.
on you.
You didn't get
Yeah.
us a single click in 3 months. You
It's also
like,
like you gotta assume she's watching the stream,
yeah,
right? And
exactly.
she, you know,
Yeah.
she's devastated at this
Yeah.
point.
And
And
she is. She gets on Twitter immediately and is like, I can't. This is insane. This is like, I'm being like
Yeah.
publicly.
this little
shamed.
dick douchebag in his leather fucking jacket is
Yeah.
like mansplaining to me that I'm not like good at marketing his shitty PC company right now.
Exactly.
It sucks, dude. This fucking bitch made 80 follower ass keyboard warrior is like actively working again. It's like, dude, who gives a fuck? Again, I would love it if this guy came out later on and was like, listen, it was 4D chess. I knew that moment would gain her thousands upon thousands of like sympathy followers, right? Like, 'cause I've never watched her stream. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't care, right? Like, people will follow you and check out what you're doing if they believe an injustice has been dealt to you.
Well,
That's like
here's
just
the
a
thing,
trend online.
Even before all of that, Rob, to sort of like circle back to what you were saying about like it's a better investment. Like I agree with that 100%, but sometimes I think that you have to just accept like, okay, the ROI is not going to be great on this, but I'm going to really bank on the fact that like if I give this small streamer a PC, they're my friend until like forever. They will sing my praises till the
Loyalty
end of time.
Is
Yeah,
set in stone, basically.
exactly. Yeah,
With the affiliate link thing too, it's like, hey, now that she actually has an Artesian PC, maybe like the people who do actively watch her will go and click on that fucking link. Yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
I mean, best case scenario.
what the fuck?
Best case scenario, and if she never gets another Twitch follower, that's potentially up to 2,000 more PCs that you could have just sold, like for giving away one. Like
his company deserves to go bankrupt, like for real. This shit is so stupid. And again, like Jake, if you haven't already, you should look up a picture of this fucking guy because he looks. He's like the worst of us, like the worst of humanity.
I was going to, but it's gonna fuck with the webcam recording.
I can look it up. Noah, what is it?
Noah Katz. It's Katz.
I'm gonna look it up too, just to make myself angry, because he looks like such an asshole.
Artesian Builds is the company. Yeah, he looks like a scummy piece of shit.
Looks like when you go to like a card shop or like a comic book shop, he's the douchebag who like is behind the counter, kind of giving you some guff for not knowing like a strategy for your magic deck. He's like, you're just buying cards. It's like, well, yeah, I'm just trying to have fun.
You're not even like building tribal. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, come on.
No, that wouldn't be a modern deck if you use that in there. It's like, I'm not trying to do that.
So it's funny because Rob, you said like he deserves to get reamed, and immediately he does. Like the whole PC community is like, this is so fucking scummy. How dare this guy like just publicly shame this girl for no fucking reason. Like Artesian Builds gets their ass reamed over the next few days over this stream. She puts out tweets being like thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate this. Oh my god, like different PC streamers like Jay's 2 Cents and Linus Tech Tips, like they reach out and are like, we're so sorry to hear this happened. Like everyone is like showing this girl love.
We're gifting you a quantum computer.
Jay's 2 Cents built her like a really fucking high-end PC and sent it to her, like, and made a video about it within like 3 days of it happening. It's
I bet it makes you calm and everything.
Yeah.
Pia looks cool. Like she looks like she's just a cooler person than you know. And I'm judging a book by its cover, but I guess I do know. You know how shitty this other guy is.
Yeah.
So.
I've never watched her stream, but she does seem like, at the very least, like an okay streamer.
She's got cool dyed hair, blue hair. I like that. I think that's cool.
So they, so immediately everyone is like just pouring out support for this girl. I'm gonna go to her Twitch metrics now, because like obviously she shot in popularity like immediately after all of this, to people be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Whoa,
only
yo,
2,000 it's only 2,000 followers. She right now, as of recording this, has shit. I might back up like auto played an ad, but she has 32,000 followers on Twitch now.
Damn.
As
Yeah,
of
she's
recording
making good
this.
money.
Yeah.
wait, how many?
32,000, almost 33.
My girl is gonna do so much better than Noah fucking
Oh my
Katz
God.
and
Yeah.
will ever do. Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah.
It sucks that she had to go through the embarrassment of that situation, right? Because
Yeah.
like whether you win or not, that's a sucky situation. But
Yeah.
she is about to get so fucking paid,
Oh my
son.
God.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So,
Holy shit.
in the day or two aftermath of all of this, like everybody reaches out. I'm reading. She tweets out. I'm reading exactly from her Twitter right now. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you all for the support. Huge shout out to Jay's 2 cents and Keemstar. This is so unreal. I'm just happy that
My bank account is full. Like you cannot put more money in there. Like
I'm just happy that I was able to voice what happened while having a support system. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna take a little nap so I can stream later. I love you, heart.
I'm gonna go buy Gucci, a Ferrari. I'm gonna go buy that shitty company and fucking firebomb it. Like, dude, oh my god.
Right
Ultimate 4D chess move. She spins this all around, becomes like a multimillionaire, buys Artesian Builds in like a hostile takeover situation, and Noah Katz, who is apparently being accused of tax evasion right now, goes to prison.
We're getting to that, Rob. We're getting to that. So
Okay.
in the days following, Artesian Builds puts out a written apology. I'm gonna read the written apology.
I'm sorry, I fucked up. This backfired so bad.
The next day. So the next day that this happens, before all these, presumably in the midst of all these people reaching out and saying, "Oh my God, we're so sorry this happened to you." Artesian Builds says, from the office of the chief executive officer, which is already, that's so fucking pretentious. That's so
weird.
dumb.
Yeah. It's so extra. You won't find that at any professional professional letter. I can't talk.
From the throne room of the king of PCs himself.
From the CEO's office, from the CEO.
From the
himself,
from the jacket, from the Star-Lord imitation leather jacket of Noah Katz. Yeah. He said,
"Which looks good on me. Looks good on me."
Yeah, this was a really smart financial decision.
I will admit, the one compliment I can give him is that jacket does look good on him. Like that's the
I won't
only...
give him that. I saw it on him. I
don't
like
what?
him
I think that jacket. Well, it might just be that jacket looks good on everybody.
Jacob found this story because he was like, he found like a random image of Noah Katz. He's like, that's a really cool jacket. This guy looks great.
Yeah. So from the office of the chief executive officer.
Nice, yeah.
During last evening's live stream, I made a statement that has affected and hurt Kia Pia.
I fucked up during last night's live stream. I really threw it all away, guys, and I fucked up so bad.
I take full accountability and sincerely apologize for how my statement has hurt Kia Pia as a viewer and participant in supporting Artesian. Due to updated giveaway guidelines, which were not in alignment for this giveaway, I made the wrong decision to not provide the giveaway prize to the rightful owner, Kia Pia. This action does not reflect the values of Artesian. The statements I made regarding the updated giveaways guidelines were made under the wrong circumstance and were in no way appropriate. We would like to be able to provide new guidelines in the future that will allow everyone to participate in all and any giveaways. The statements made regarding our
Then
views...
just do that.
Yeah, then just do it.
What?
Yeah, the statement...
It sounds like you were like, in the future, the rules are going to exclude people, and now you're being like, I just want to allow everybody
Yeah.
a chance to win one.
At,
This guy is like the Donald Trump of the PC gaming world.
at Artesian, we take great pride in giving our 100% every day to provide a friendly and fun service to all viewers and customers, but in this instance, I have failed not only our viewers, customers, and ambassadors, but also my team and the values of our brand. I should also say there's a typo. Ambassador was not plural. So
This fucking
Yeah.
guy, god damn. This guy runs a company? Like, what are you talking about?
During this time, I will commit my full attention to create a new guideline that will reflect on Artesian Builds' values to fully support all our viewers and customers to allow each person the platform to create and grow. Thank you all for your ongoing support and continuation to provide me with personal feedback and grow. To Kia Pia, as well as any other streamers of any size that were impacted by my lack of sensitivity, I sincerely apologize for hurting you in this process. Notice how he's not like, we're still gonna send you the PC. I'm sorry.
No, that was all I've been
exactly.
thinking about. It's all I've been thinking about. It's like they're not gonna back down on this.
Yeah.
Even they're trying. This
like,
feels
I
like
feel like I don't have to send you the PC because technically I gave you the gift of like 30,000 followers. You know, you're fine. You're fine.
I really was expecting like a half-assed apology where they're like, but grand scheme of things, this is kind of great for
Yeah.
her. It's like, oh, god damn it.
To all of my ambassadors, thank you for your ongoing support. This brand would not be here without your support all these years. I truly apologize for the hurt that this has caused you. Noah Katz, CEO. By the way, all these years, this company was founded in 2018. So, and this, yeah, for the past.
Through our
3
storied
years.
past,
Yeah.
you've fought with us through and through against recessions and fucking freemium games. Like, god damn. This guy is an asshole.
But
Like, this guy is just an asshole.
That's not even it though, because that written apology they tweeted out got ratioed so hard that they were that we need to, that Noah Katz got, like, later on, I think that same day even, did a video apology, which has since been deleted, by the way, off their Twitter.
Yeah, I bet.
But it's...
I bet it was, like, it wasn't, like, a calculated decision by a team of people. It was just, like, him in his office freaking out, and he's like, you know what?
exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna fix it. I'm just gonna fix it myself.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine, right? And made it even worse.
I wouldn't put it past that, because, like, their streams are, like, professional quality. They sound nice, they look nice, but this apology video looks like it's on a webcam. The audio is shit. Like, it's and he
I heard it was the first time Tomatoes like crossed and hit
webcam.
someone virtual webcam.
I'm gonna. I don't.
It's a new Apple technology.
For the most part, this apology is just like him restating what's in the letter, but with the exception of I'm gonna try and recreate this the best I can. I'm gonna put on, like, my best, like, douchebag persona to deliver this line. He's going forward. All people will be eligible to win a PC in the giveaway. He does this huge defeated sigh before he can say it. It's so, like,
he's like, I'm right, but because you asshole, you stupid ants don't understand my genius. You fools.
I'm a CEO.
This guy's like full on Dennis Reynolds. Like, I am unhinged and my wrath will know fucking no bounds. Like, yeah. I
have a legacy, this company since 2018.
I am a shiny golden god, okay? And you fucking heathens
not even
refuse to accept that. Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to make a PC building company last 3 whole years, okay? Alienware was only around for 2 years. Like, what the fuck? Are you stupid?
And
I don't know.
So yeah,
I don't like this guy.
So both of those apologies get deleted. pretty much almost immediately. Here's the real kicker. This made me so fucking mad. The day after all this goes down, the day after all of these like apologies come out, Kia Pia tweets, just to clarify, they emailed me offering me a PC. I denied it. I am not supporting.
Yeah, you did. That shit rocks.
I am not supporting a company that doesn't support small streamers, aka the backbone of their company. My email back to them was a simple 2-sentence reply. No, thank you. Take me off your ambassador list.
Yes.
I would have accepted the PC just to like throw it out of a moving car. Just like light it on. You know what? I would have done the Office Space meme and like taken it to a field and thrown it on the ground and beaten it with a baseball bat. Like really, fuck that company to death. Oh wow, that's so cool.
She also follows up in response to his apology video by saying, all I'm saying is that it isn't hard to actually try in a video when you're genuinely sorry. Making sure...
Stop fucking saying things! This guy's so stupid.
No, this is her to him.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
She says, all I'm saying is
that would be funny.
yeah, like...
She says, all I'm saying is that it isn't hard to actually try in a video when you're genuinely sorry. Making sure the video sounds and look good, it isn't too hard.
Yeah.
Also, like, I didn't mention
I hate
this.
that I have to do this. I guess I'm sorry, but this sucks for me.
I didn't mention this, but in that apology video, he keeps on going, like, I was stupid, what I did was stupid, I'm so stupid. The stupid is, like, the way he describes what he did over and over.
Yeah.
And,
I was stupid. No,
she says,
I wasn't.
Also, try being more mature. Calling yourself stupid like your 5 PR team, where you at? Yeah.
They're on the other side of the office door trying to kick it in because they're like,
stop him.
They're like, Noah, stop fucking recording this video.
What's going on?
Yeah.
This looks bad. It looks real bad.
Yeah. So,
like when they tried to take Trump's Twitter password away from him.
So, in the wake of all of this, obviously, like, every like big major ambassador or partner with Artesian starts to pull out, like Mizkif, OTK, like a bunch of like big streamers are like, yeah, no, we're done. We're not partnering with Artesian anymore. Artesian starts hemorrhaging investor money. They just start dipping into the red really fast. And I don't know if this was on like Discord or if there was like some private like group chat that that was between all the employees, but there was like 40 to 50 employees who worked at Artesian at the time, and they all
worked,
like
past tense.
they all start reaching out to Noah, like, as like this, like a bunch of like, because in the wake of all of this, like all of the investors backing out and the streamers backing out and all that, randomly, like all of their like company logins and all that stop working just out of the blue.
Yes, I love that shit. It's like,
and they're like, Noah, what's going on? Like he's the only one absent from this group chat. They're being like, I can't do my job. My job is to like tweet out our things, and I can't get into Twitter.
You don't have a job anymore. Like that's what that is.
It's like, oh, did I not tell you? Oh, well, it's like you just weren't working up to my standards. I had to fire you because
it really feels like one of those things where in his head, he just by getting rid of their logins has fired you. You should just understand that you've been fired in this moment.
Such a bitch.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They tweet out, so like, after all of this giveaway shit goes down, they don't tweet for like 5 days, and then they tweet out.
Smart.
So all of like the logins change. Noah Katz goes silent, and then just a single tweet goes out that says, "At this point, we are examining a potential employee-led buyout of the company. Thank you for your support." And the employees are like, what? Like, and
What?
that's what prompts them
I'm
to
that
like,
person.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. The employees start reaching out to Noah to be like, what the hell? What's going on here? And I'm trying to pull up like the messages that like went back and forth between Noah and these employees.
He's like, I can't publicly own the company anymore, so
Yeah.
I hired my mom last night, and I'm selling the company to her.
Yeah.
I'm still in charge. I'm still CEO, just not on paper. So we're good. Like, we're gonna be fine,
We're gonna
basically.
be okay, yeah.
Like my mom was better with this shit anyway. She was always better with this kind of stuff.
Mom
Yeah.
was always better.
It's like, I'm so stupid. My mom would have just let her have the PC. God damn. It's still so funny to me, the idea that this guy was like shit talking her and in this like glorious moment effectively deciding she's about to be huge. Like, she's about to be a massive personality on Twitch and make a shitload of money, and I'm gonna lose everything. Like, he like made like a reverse deal with the devil, like as if like the devil
It's
came
like
down
he
and
made
like
a deal with God or something.
yeah. That's what. Yeah, when you make a deal with God, you don't get anything. You're making a deal for someone else.
Grand
to
sacrifice.
Okay. Yeah.
So all of these like logins change and all that. And everyone. I'm just gonna start reading messages from this, like, I guess I don't know if this was Discord or like WhatsApp or whatever this was, but these are all the employees like in a chat together talking. I've been asked for access to the account and I've been denied. I wasn't aware of that. Let me try and look into it. Noah, parentheses, with guidance from legal, said to stop doing refunds yesterday. Now people are not getting the money for refunds that were completed at some point before that. I know that's not legal in the EU. If we don't ship in 30 days and they ask for a refund, we're required to send it in 10 day in 7 days. Like, so people are freaking out. Bank assets are frozen. Like nothing. Like, nobody can do shit. Like, everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find Noah's, like, because he does come back and he offers the most like bullshit excuse as to why he wasn't around to like answer any of one's questions. But god damn it, I can't find it. Hold on. I ordinarily I would skip over it, but like this apology, or not apology, this excuse is like gold. What he says. One highlight of which is he okay, you know what, screw it. The rest of it isn't important, but he says what the Twitter says, where he's like, yeah, there's going to be an employee-led buyout of the company. I'm sorry I wasn't around. I was dealing with cyber attack and related issues all day today. And they're like, what do you mean cyber attack related issues?
People were mean to me on Twitter.
People were mean to me on Twitter.
People were mean to me.
But the thing that really made me laugh is he specified, he said website and Twitter DDoS attacks, which that's not how a DDoS attack works.
Yeah. Well,
like,
you can't. You like,
unless you're hosting your own Twitter server, you're not.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, you can't, like. You're saying someone was DDoSing all of Twitter, like the Twitter corporation, and it's directly affecting you? No, not this guy. It sounds like a fucking dipshit. I can't believe he owns a technology company. Like, the idea that you're calling trolls, like, trolling you cyber attacks, potentially, right? Yeah. Or that you're saying that you're getting DDoS. It's just, it blows my mind.
I mean, his cowardice fits, like, a tech giant, but, like, I'm just...
Mark Zuckerberg, listen, Mark Zuckerberg is gonna fire you, and he's gonna say it with his goddamn chest, okay? Like, you're gonna know about it.
He would, like, intimidate you because you're staring into a void, two voids. In his eyes.
Like...
He's going to tell you without any emotion you're fired, but this guy is so pathetic and cowardly. And
the Star-Lord leather jacket, just in a shower, naked except for the jacket, in the shower for 5 days, crying. absolutely crying, just shitting himself in the shower, like not even, yeah. This dude sucks. This guy is one of, like I said earlier, one of the worst of us.
Some bad shit.
He's like one of those memes where it's like, this is why the aliens haven't contacted us yet. This person.
It's the smug, like, hubris. I want to see that video. I'm gonna look it up of him being like, I don't think you have enough followers.
Yeah, it's basically it. He's like, and there's the.
This was for influencers.
Yeah,
this was for influencers. I'm trying to like hop on that bandwagon.
Me, I'm an influencer with my 80 fucking Twitter followers. I'm important. Hey, don't you get it? Like, I'm more important than you.
I'm the only one in the world putting PCs together. Okay,
I'm
no
the
one knows
only
how to
one
do
building PCs for the masses.
Chris Pratt and me, only two people who own this jacket in the world.
But I
Okay.
bet we're best buds when we meet. I bet we're best buds, dude. Bro.
I bet we're best. He meets Chris Pratt, and Chris Pratt's like, "Dude, give me my fucking jacket back," and just rips
My
it
God,
off of
yeah.
him.
My jacket.
Has been looking. Yeah, Chris Pratt's been secretly like. The reason the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie is taking so long is because Chris Pratt lost the jacket and Noah Katz found it.
So, okay, okay. I really want to find this. If this link doesn't take me to his bullshit like DDoS message, then I'll give up on it. But yeah, he basically just. It was like, yeah, cyber attacks. That's why I wasn't around. Sorry. And then coinciding, like the next day, he puts out another message to everybody in this chat that's like, yes, what the Twitter is right. We are gonna do an employee-led buyout of the company. We're suspending all activity until such a time that we get investment money again. So sorry for the inconvenience. The only other thing that stands out in my mind about those like messaging leaks is the very next message after he does this like 3-paragraph like the employees are going to buy us out. I'm so sorry to like leave you all high and dry like this. The very first response after that is, Noah, go eat a dick. And then,
dude, well, because for these fucking, like, I feel so bad for these people. Exactly.
People just lost their jobs.
Exactly. He just fucked over 40 people, and with the stroke of his dipshit tongue, like across Twitch, he just fucked all these people over.
Yeah.
These people having to be like, sorry, Timmy, there's no food left in the house. We can't afford it.
Because Star-Lord just had to...
Star-Lord! Yeah, his kid, this hypothetical employee, ex-employee's kid is watching Guardians of the Galaxy, and the dad just lifts the TV over his head and smashes it on the ground.
We're coming up on the last few points to make in the story. One other...
Has Noah Kratz lost, like, a bunch of followers? And also, if this is Noah Kratz...
Noah Katz.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
that explains. This guy, Noah Kratz, who I found, is following 27 people. 2 of them, right off the bat, are some red flags. Bella Delphine and Ben Shapiro, whoever this guy is.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious if it's like at Noah Kratz on Twitter and it's him in the Star-Lord jacket but just with a fake mustache. So,
oh my God.
Since the company falling apart, this is alleged. This isn't proven, but I wouldn't put it past them at this point. The company is being investigated for tax evasion, as well as some shady business practices because a member of OTK, which is apparently like a Twitch streaming group, came out and was like, yeah, the PCs they gave us were shit. They were all like, the GPUs were like made to throttle at 10% or something ridiculous like that, which makes no fucking sense at all. It was like NVIDIA GPUs that'll throttle themselves if you've ever had a NVIDIA GPU.
God.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. So then finally, on March 8th, Artesian Builds tweets out, We're so sad to announce that, effective now, we are freezing/suspending all activities. Ongoing is analysis by outside counsel for reorganization to ensure fair treatment of clients, creditors, and employees. We expect more info by month's end. We are open to assistance and investment. Like, that's
We're trying to come up with the fairest way to shut the company down and not give you back your money, basically.
Exactly.
And while we're doing that, we're just gonna go on full-on lockdown. We're firing everybody, and this is a wrap. Like, it's done. Wow.
The best part is on that I didn't know that you could do this on Twitter, but for that specific tweet, they made it so that only people who are following Artesian Builds can reply to it. Like, so that
I mean, that's a good marketing campaign to get people to subscribe, or follow you, just so they can fuck you up in the comments section. Like, yeah, I'll follow this dipshit company, like this dying company, to talk shit.
Cyber attacks.
It would be so funny because I found their Twitter trying to find Noah Katz Twitter, and which I believe is gone. Or he has so few followers, it's just buried in the void.
I'm just looking at people talking about him, in particular this TKO girl.
Artesian Builds has like 230,000 followers, just about.
Yeah.
I would love it if they had like 20,000 followers before that tweet and 180,000 people followed them just to shit talk. It'd be so funny.
They do have a lot of followers on Twitter, the Artesian Builds. 223.7K.
It's nothing to scoff at. But, like,
dude, they still have the tweet posted announcing the giveaway.
Yeah.
and that only has 45 retweets and 100. All their tweets before these last couple, these last two tweets are like the company's death rattle.
Yeah.
And these are the only these are the only
people are just like shitting on this
yeah.
Like, people just like, this aged like a fine wine.
But like
clown emoji. Oh my god.
The final point that I have to this story is Kia Pia replied to that final Artesian Builds tweet saying, "We're sad to announce we're suspending all activities." She put in about like 7 or 8 like surprised blushing emojis, and then in all caps, "Oh shit, bitch!"
Dude, this chick is awesome, for real. Like, I love this person.
This is arguably
poetic justice.
Arguably the first from bad to worse that actually got better as it went along.
Got better.
Unfortunately,
the right people won.
Unfortunately, not for
Noah died of radiation.
Noah died of radiation.
Well, no one died, but Noah did.
Noah died from the white hot radiation of those DDoS attacks on their Twitter.
Oh, glowing blue salt.
Yeah.
This is going to cure my depression for being such a dipshit.
But yeah, no. So Artesian Builds, again, like I said, it's ongoing. They said they expect more info by month's end, so maybe in a future episode we'll have some updates as to if Artesian is going to come back or like what's.
Oh, they're done. Like they're gone for sure.
Well, but they did. I don't want to rule out hope. He did say we expect more answers by month's end. So I don't know. We might see Star-Lord reemerge.
We got like 2 days to get answers.
So yeah, we'll have an official update for you guys next week, whether or not Noah Katz comes back. But in the meantime, this doesn't even need to be said at all. I feel like because she's gotten her weight in gold and then some. But check out Kia Pia, 30,000 followers on Twitch now.
I followed her during this thing.
It sounds like she's like great. Honestly, it sounds like she really, like, this was one of those moments where God was just like, you've been like getting kicked in the face your whole life, and you've been a really real good person. So I'm gonna take this other asshole over here and use him and his shittiness to project you into the fucking ionosphere right now. And yeah, dude, I will not be viewing her content because I don't watch Twitch streamers, but good for her, man. I hope she buys like a golden gaming PC. Like every component made out of like gold and diamonds and shit.
Exactly.
Who knows if that's even good, you know? But,
I hope I said it earlier. I hope she uses the money she makes off of this to buy Artesian Builds and turn it.
So sick.
People like if she could do that, if she could buy this shit company that's like literally worth nothing. Like that's the thing is like who's he gonna sell it to other than probably himself because it's such a worthless company. If she bought it. It would go gangbusters. They would make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
People would be like, this is the first like just thing of all time where like capitalism prevailed in such a way here where like the moral compass was corrected.
I kind of hope she just keeps going and then somehow ends up like saving the decay of capitalism like in this country and redistributing the wealth back to everyone and food for everyone.
Artesian Builds becomes Elon Musk Tesla levels of valuable and like multiple $1 trillion company, and Noah Katz is just fucking resigned to watching it happen from his mom's basement,
from the shower. Still just like
she runs for president in 2024, even though she's only like 23 years old. and
Vote for her, honestly, just in spite of this guy, like for real.
Yeah.
You can't even run for president until you're like mid-30s, but like she still is just somehow able to do it because the whole country's like, yeah, no, that guy did you dirty. We'll let you do it.
I don't care what your policies are, you know.
Yeah,
we're trying to really stick it to this guy.
This one dude
successfully introduces communism to the United States.
I would love that.
We're bringing back the gulag. It's like, well, wait.
Free PCs for everybody. Yeah.
Calling it the Katz and Gog.
PCs, okay.
Everybody gets a free. It's like how what's his name, Andrew Yang wanted to like send everybody a stimulus check every month. Every month,
right?
She sends you a custom Artesian Builds PC. Everyone in America just gets a free PC
every month.
Yeah, just such a weird
what am
level
I gonna do with this?
Well, and then like that, the way it all works out is that like eventually every single American is just a Bitcoin farmer, and we're all so fucking economy. Rich. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We completely take over.
Exactly.
Wow.
So yeah, that's pretty much I think that's the first installment of from bad to better.
Yeah. This was like a win after win after win in a lot of ways.
I mean,
God, I love watching assholes just like stumble and fall over their own fucking sword.
It sucked for her in the beginning, but I think this was like the best possible outcome for her in the given the circumstances.
I hope on a certain level that while it was going down, she wasn't even upset. She was like, I'm gonna be so fucking rich. She like saw the writing on the wall and she was like, this is gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna make it because of this dipshit right now. I can't believe it.
Oh man. Yeah. It's so I guess that's another. Well, wait, no, Rob, you had a segment you wanted to do as well. Or
I think we're closing in on like the 2-hour mark. I don't want to.
Okay.
So why don't we save my segment because I feel like not to not to spoil anything for the fans, but it could be like a good segment that I don't want to rush through. So yeah, I'm just doing Yahoo answers.
But like does like people actually answering legitimate questions, and it just becomes a serious advice podcast.
Yeah, that would be. God.
All right. Well then, yeah. I guess this has been another episode of the Buttery Mills podcast. Tell your friends about us.
Please.
You're better at this than I am. You do it.
Yeah. Please tell your friends about the podcast. If you if you like a specific episode or just like us in general, just share a link to whatever episode you like the most to just one person. Like,
Just one, yeah.
fuck it. Like, who cares? You don't have to double check that they listened to it. Just send it to someone. See what happens. If you like our episodes and you support us. We had a couple like really awesome we had a decent amount of guests on the last, like 4 or 5 episodes. So check out some of that content.
Brennan Boris, Adam and Rihanna from Bottled Up Bitches, all great people. Check them out, whichever way you can.
And we also, the 3 of us are going to be on the 34 questions 34 questions podcast. 34 questions podcast.
I think my episode is going to come out. Or no, my episode will already be out by the time you guys are listening to this. So go.
I think we're the first like 3 weeks of April. So yeah, check out 34 questions. Awesome podcast run by like a super cool dude. And I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say my episode's probably the best out of the 3 of us.
I think my episode was probably the best out of the 3 of us.
You know what? I will say I'm actually excited to watch your guys' episodes. Like like more so than mine. I'm excited to see mine, but yeah, I think that guy was really cool. Like I think podcast is. That guy blew my mind how cool he was. I think people should really check out his content.
Yeah.
Because he was super down to earth and just very relatable and very cool dude. Good content. So
yeah. And same with obviously Adam and Rihanna, Bottled Up Bitches, Jesse Dram and his podcast and his stand up.
Kill Your Gods, Y2K.
They're all really, really funny people. Check them out however you can.
I like all of our guests and people we've been interacting with. I feel like there's a lot of people doing podcasts out there. Everyone's doing it, especially since the pandemic, us included. But like, I'm glad the people we've done shit with are actually like I like their content. And it's not. There's been a few close calls where it felt like we were going to do things with maybe people that weren't actually like clicking with us, and so our track record has been good, and maybe I shouldn't have put that out there, but I like
way to fuck it all up. No,
Jake just
we've had some
cool
people
list of like people that he never wants on the podcast again, and it's just like
people we haven't even like had on, people we don't know who they are.
You know what, actually, I think I'm gonna speak for all of us here, and I'm gonna go against the mold this time and say, Noah Katz, don't come on the podcast to defend yourself. We don't want you on here anyway.
Yeah, I really. I will scuttle the podcast if he comes on. I will. I'll
come on.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, we'll talk to you any day. Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
Follow us on Instagram at the Buttery Mails Pod, and follow us on Twitter. Same thing, Buttery Mails Pod without the there in front.
Yeah.
And I think we already said it, but rate us on Spotify. Give us 5 stars. If you give us 5 stars and you hit us up on our social media, we will return the favor. That's my promise.
We'll give you 5 stars on whatever you want.
Yeah. 5 stars. I'll give you a 5-star like back in high school. I'll hit your back really hard.
We'll give you a reference for a job interview. If you need to put us down, like you need a good reference on a resume, and you need someone to call your potential employer and tell them that you're a 5-star person.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
Put us down as a reference number, and we'll be at your reference. You can
we'll call them live on the podcast, and we'll tell them that you went to like Harvard and that you were an astronaut, and
they're an EGOT recipient.
Yeah. They won all 4 awards at once too. Hollywood just gave them.
You should have been there. You need to hire this person. You need to hire.
Oh man. So if that's not an end to a podcast, I don't know what it is.
I don't think any of us know what an end to a podcast is, honestly. But let's wrap it up here. See you, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. See ya.